Welcome to Half-Breeds Podcast. We're not here to find your spirit animal. For all you people who don't want your spirit animal, sit back, relax, drink your Pepsi, eat your fry bread, and enjoy the show.
Half-breed, that's all I ever heard. Half-breed, now I learn every word. Half-breed, I'm no good, they won't. Half-breed.
Yeah, it's A. Welcome back for another episode of Half-Breeds Podcast. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. What are we talking about today?
Thank you, babe, for joining us.
Oh, yes, and thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. So this is just going to be probably our opinions or whatever of what has been going on. There's a lot to talk about, but don't you feel tired sometimes? Like all day, like at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? We're fucked.
More and more every day, and we just gotta find the good news, and
I need to start doing that.
Yeah, and our accomplishments, like what you've done for the day.
What have I done?
What are the kids have done today, and what they're doing? Like, just like celebrate that.
You're right. I did. You know what has been making me happy?
Let me see. Scrolling in Reels.
Not really. I don't do that. I haven't been on my phone, like on social media, like except for the past 24 hours. I think I've been making one of those sport statements because basketball is being ruined. I mean, I think for many years it's been going on.
It's crazy.
But Gabe is sad.
Yeah.
And mad.
Game 6 was yesterday of the NBA Finals. And
the Spurs are his team, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Elementary, middle, I was like a big Jordan fan.
So you're Chicago Bulls back then?
Back then, yeah. And I watched a lot of basketball.
Were you ever a Suns fan?
Yeah, I liked the Suns. I liked KJ. I liked Dan Marley, like a lot of them.
I met
Barkley
Dan Marley
when he was
once.
on the Suns.
Twice.
And then I just fell off. I just stopped caring about basketball, and I didn't watch during like the Kobe era and all that until I moved to San Antonio. And
who got you into it?
Just the whole city. Like I was there. Well, they just won a championship they won in 99, but I got there in 04 and they won in 03. So it was already kind of crazy. And then I went to games and stuff, and they won in 05. And I was there for that. That was crazy. We'd go downtown, run around, high five everyone. And then I was there in 07 when they won again. And that was even crazier. And they hit the Suns every playoffs. It was like the wall. But those were good times. So ever since then, and then they won again in 2014. So I've been following the Spurs, and they've had ups and downs. Of course, every team has. And our new Bradley Beal is Fox. So we need to.
I need to like them.
No. Remember how the Suns were like, get rid of Bradley Beal.
Oh yeah.
And they're still paying him, and he's not even on their team. But our Beal is Fox. Like, get rid of him. Like, he doesn't have
a no clause or a no trade clause or what?
No, he doesn't. And at the time, with Bradley Beal, there's only 2 players in the NBA that had a no trade clause, and he was one. I think the other was LeBron, but I don't know. He just needs to retire.
Well, I've always been a Suns fan. I don't think that's going to change no matter where I go. But I am supportive of your team, and that shows, unlike what New York was doing, their behavior, that shows sportsmanlike conduct.
Sportsmanship-like conduct.
Sportsmanship.
Or sportsmanship.
Yeah. I'm getting
Yeah, it's crazy how I saw San Antonio when the games were in San Antonio. They started there, and like Spike Lee was walking the streets and talking to people, and like everyone was cool. And then when you go to New York, they're throwing eggs at Wemby and they're beating up anyone with.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's so fucked up. I don't know. I've just seen like a collective behavior, human behavior, how it's just so mind blowing how people are mostly sheep for one.
Yeah, they get that mob mentality and they go crazy.
And there's no like, there's just so much, not just about sports, but just like people in general not being able to critically think for themselves.
Yeah.
And that just shows like how there is a literacy problem here in America because we don't encourage.
We don't literacy. We don't literate.
Yeah, we don't literate.
We don't literally.
We're not literally. Yeah, but getting kids to read books is a challenge nowadays.
Yeah, it can be. I know our kids.
Our kids are good.
Yeah, we had them.
We're not perfect, but they're good.
We had them read a couple books. We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah. So I really appreciate how our boys are trying to figure things out on their own. It's also kind of like how people are getting online nowadays to explain a movie. The biggest movie right now is Obsession.
Oh, yeah. And they do it for the views?
Yeah. And first of all, it's not a horror movie, to me at least. I don't think it is. I don't think it follows, or do you think it's filed under that category of horror?
Like if I were to sell it, yeah, I'd just put it under horror because it would sell better. But it's not, it wasn't scary at all to me.
I guess when you're talking about horror, it is really under a huge umbrella because you can also have subcategories of horror like gore,
thriller,
disturbing thriller, suspense. Yeah. So maybe like, I don't know. I guess they labeled it as a horror movie. It's probably, and they did say it was number one, but like you and I and Salem went to go see it too. It seemed like we got it. And I'm glad that Salem got it too. Like I didn't have to explain it to him. He's a pretty smart kid. And, but just everybody getting on social media trying to explain
what does it mean?
What. Yeah, it's so bizarre. And it's like, you guys really didn't get that? That's kind of
obvious.
It's just so weird to not, have those skills of being able to talk about it. And I don't even think this is talking about it. Like when you have other people coming on to
other people
explain it,
telling their opinions and what it means to them, and then you taking it like, oh, that's what it means.
Right. And the fact that nobody really gets the whole nice guy theory. Like I've always had a problem with nice guys, like just their personalities and everything. It's actually quite selfish. But I think that was the writer and director's goal, right? Is to look at it from a different perspective of what nice guy mentality does to people. They're actually not really nice, and that they have other motives to get what they want.
Yeah, and based on the movie, he's just like super greedy.
Oh, for sure.
He destroyed people's lives just to get what he wanted.
I think if the writer-director ever made a part 2, they should do it from her point of view. That would be crazy.
That'd be more scarier.
I think it would be. Like, if you think about it.
They kind of did that in Get Out. Remember when she stirred the thing? And then he like fell back in the chair and he's just like stuck there. But his body's like still.
Yeah.
But inside his head, he's just like stuck.
Yeah. But I mean, that's, I guess, yeah, I could see that. But I wouldn't know what it's like well, obviously women have to go through a lot of these things, but it would be interesting to see from her point of view of how that might play out, but who knows? I don't think it should be number one. I didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I didn't. I wouldn't buy it.
Right.
I wouldn't even like pay to see it again in the theater.
I know. I would either. Now Milo wants to watch it. He's like, oh, that doesn't sound scary at all. I'm like, it's not, buddy. It's just jumpy scares.
Yeah, I saw online one of the, like someone explaining it, but they were saying that the lady, when the guy makes the wish, the guy's cat goes into the lady.
I have not heard that one, and that is so weird.
That's dumb.
That is.
Because why would the cat like cook itself and give it to him?
What? I don't know. I've never heard that one, thankfully. But yeah, just having to explain all the other movies. I'm living in a time warp here. Everything's so bizarre. Everything's fucked. I do remember like you and I talking about chat GPT or
PPT.
Oh my God, I don't even know it. See? And the reason why it's new, anytime anything is new, it's always going to be questionable. And your first thought is always going to be, whether or not, that this may be a good idea. Like for instance, COVID. Like how, and I was one of them. I was pretty ignorant in the beginning of the pandemic, like not understanding the full, what do you call it? The full scope of the disease or virus or whatever.
Is that why you were anti-vax?
I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Shut up. I am not an anti-vaxxer. No, I just compared it to the flu, which is equally dangerous. I mean,
influenza kills a lot of people every year.
It does. And then after but see, I don't think like me comparing COVID to the flu, I felt like it was kind of the same in the sense that, yeah, it kills vulnerable people like kids and adults. Mm-hmm. And there was some level of understanding there. But there was a couple of people that maybe it was because of the way I said it. I don't know, on social media where I didn't understand. So the same thing happens with the data centers here. We work in an institution where it's completely divided. Like this is a whole research institution. They're doing things like researching how to use AI and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's such a conundrum because most of the faculty don't even know what to do with it. Like half the faculty will grade you based on your own words. And then you got the other half who's like, yeah, fucking use it. And there's no rule except like if you're taking a class, it would be the teacher's rule whether or not to use it.
Yeah, it's teacher's preference, it seems like. And I've had both.
I've had both.
In my classes, yeah. Either if I suspect you of using AI, you will be reported and you will get a 0. Or I had one professor where he's like encouraged us. Like he's like, you're dumb if you don't use AI. So use AI. And we're like, oh, okay.
The problem with that is what I'm seeing now. I think I did do a couple rants on TikTok about my personal views on using AI. And what bothers me is that those people who are saying, if you're using AI, we're going to find out, but you're using an AI detector to detect AI. It's so dumb, like conundrum. It's like a hypocrisy.
They're using AI 0.
AI 0.
Yeah, it's
What's
not
that?
AI.
Okay.
Yeah, it just tells if you used AI.
It's so dumb.
And then if you use all these different like zeros, they're all different.
They're all different.
And even the Turnitin software that the Canvas uses here.
Yeah.
Like if I get flagged on something I wrote and I go in there, it's like it marks all my citations as they're flagged, but they're all quoted and I cite everything, but it still marks all the citations.
That is a problem. There's another thing too that bothered me about the whole university AI thing is that I plugged in my old capstone, my old writings where there was no evidence possible at the time.
Oh, from undergrad days?
From my undergrad days,
So-
many years ago.
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago. And it still popped up as like more than 30% AI, which is wild. I'm like, what in the fuck?
And that's before AI
Does
was even
before,
there.
yeah. And just to see like how it's written. One was like one of those, AI detector thingies.
Uh-huh.
It said like 58%. I'm like, no fucking way. And I have like cited sources too, which like you said, they don't really count or
You
take into
shouldn't.
account.
Yeah.
But that is so bothersome because like if they're like, oh, you like for instance, every paper I write, I always insert like my own personal life, like my lived experiences.
Yeah, because that's what you go off of.
Exactly. And there is no way that chat is there now of learning Dana words. And that's what I try to incorporate in my writings is just a lot of Dana words, which can have multiple meanings. And really translating them it's like, because I'm taking Navajo right now.
Yeah.
So Navajo language. There's really like so many meanings where like you can't really translate like words like or you can't really translate hojo, or you can't really like there's no word for I'm sorry. We don't have that in our language.
And it's a lot of it's all context.
Right. But we can do our best to explain in English what means or what hojo means or any of those things.
Or what does chichili mean?
And right in my writings now, like you plug it in and it's like automatic, like flagged. It's like, no, I didn't know AI had the same lived experience as me.
Well, it's learning. Have you seen Ex Machina?
It's not right. I think it's very wrong.
Well, even using Grammarly sometimes, like on an email, it'll word it all weird.
And that is just, I get it. It's so easy to do. I have to edit like over 300 student letters just for our college for thank you letters. And instead of giving it back to the students who work on it, they have me go through and edit their thank you letters.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I got other shit to do.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I have to be. First of all, a lot of these students are lazy. And then secondly, like I have to do the work for them. It just, it doesn't make sense. And they introduced, we'll use Grammarly to do the, just the spelling and grammar, which is what I've been doing because obviously it's like so much easier. This is their words. I'm not going to change much, but as far as punctuations and all that crap and misspellings go, I'll definitely make those changes. That was Word in the good old days, like Microsoft Word, like how they just underline and read like, oh, you misspelled this, so you're going to have to figure it out. And then like,
yeah, that was helpful.
It was. And then they had their own, I guess someone, coded this. That's what it all is, right? Is coding.
Mm-hmm.
Someone coded like how to spell a certain word. And in the beginning, it was all about fixing the grammar and stuff like that. But we definitely have lost those ways. And it's pretty much our generation and the generation before us that did away with it. And here we are now. I don't want to contribute to this bullshit. I don't want to contribute to, God, like the amount of water they use.
Yeah, the data centers.
Exactly. And then for us being our own little independent podcast, like how we have to do double the work because we don't have a research team. We don't have writers. We are the writers. We are the editors. And it's all of that takes time and money and we're trying to be authentic as we possibly can be and just continue to talk about our stories. Yeah. Like as you heard in the past, like, we write notes down. We make sure that we stay on track. Like this episode's probably going to be all over the place. But it's just to, set up for things in the future.
Yeah,
So-
and we are working on future episodes, and data centers is a big one that we're trying to focus on.
Right. And it's like it's really hard to do. It's kind of like recycling. Like, or, like me going against plastic. I mean, it's just so minute. It's a little part in saving the world.
Yeah, and then it comes down to your ethics and what you believe.
But why should we be punished for that? It's insane right now. Like it can go from the top. They can figure out other things, but they won't.
Nope, it's all convenience.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, which kind of brings me into, well, did you want to talk about something about the basketball?
I was still steaming about the...
He's still mad.
Yeah, especially game 5 when they were up 29 points and they made 14 threes and they only had 2 turnovers going into halftime. And then when they came back, they couldn't hit free throws. They were throwing the ball away. They weren't making anything. It was just crazy.
Yeah, watching that whole series unfold, all those games, I think you're talking about game 4 where they were leading by 29 points.
Yeah.
And somebody had pulled up how the Spurs led the game, like game 1 by 14 points, game 2 by 12 points, game 3 by 12 points, game 4 by 29 points, and then game 5 was 16 points.
Yeah, I thought it was 17, but 16. Yeah, they were double-digit leads on every single game, and then they lose it.
Well, it was always the first half, right? Like where they come out strong. And then I believe that something happens in that locker room during halftime. That's just...
Yeah,
because how
higher up tells the coach, like, all right, it's time for them to cool off and not stop. Like,
it doesn't make sense. It really does not make sense to how you're going to have, like, you're going to lead, right? They're young. They have so much stamina. I hate you for that. But but they have the drive. They're driven. They're ready to fucking go. And I think you and I have been to enough res basketball games to know how the game's supposed to go, right? Like we know what
yeah, that's why there's alternates. They can rest people up and switch out the roster, and like the team's not going to be tired, especially the Spurs. Like it's the youngest team to ever get into the finals, and it makes absolutely no sense to why all of this, like all of a sudden after the first half of the game, and they come out for the second half and then they lose everything. That makes absolutely no sense. Which brings me to this point of the Epstein email. Mm-hmm.
Say what you will about it, like the dates and all that. Oh, I couldn't have been him. I don't know. It's like, it is hard to believe in a lot of things, but this one's kind of just like, it does make you wonder.
Yeah, I just wanted to verify that it was in the files.
But it's like, it's not, when something like that comes out, it's looking more and more real. It's not looking, like it's fake, because I saw that thing before the playoffs even happened.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before like the new season of basketball came out. I did see, and I was like, I kind of blew it off. I was just like, you know what? Whatever. This is just some weird prediction, right? And then as you get closer and closer, and then you see that the Knicks are going to be in the playoffs.
Well, remember when the Spurs were playing the Thunder, the NBA leaked on their website, the official NBA store, that the Thunder won that series, and they were selling Thunder product, and then they had to pull it because the Spurs won. Yeah.
When?
On the series before New York, the Western Conference.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I guess the script, the Thunder was supposed to win and go
So what do you think happened there?
The Spurs won.
I know, but like,
They weren't even supposed to make it to the finals. They're such a young team.
that's who you want in the fucking finals, though.
Exactly. And that's who earned it. And that's who got there with Harper and, the rookies. I don't know about Bryant, but.
The prime is 24 years old. That is the height of their athleticism.
Physical, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it goes downhill from there.
But my prime is right now.
Oh, yeah. You do. You got pretty good endurance.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, but
It's
yeah.
Panama.
Okay, whatever. Just the fuck. We could talk about this all the time. But we are using our critical thinking skills, because how does this make sense? It really, I make it make sense, because it's not making sense to me. I don't know.
Even like the announcers, like Charles Barkley and Shaq, they're dumbfounded, and they're saying that's the dumbest coaching ever. But what if the coaches were told, all right, well then you need to cool down and stop doing good.
And they're getting paid for it no matter what.
Regardless,
so,
yeah.
Exactly. So there's some going on, and I like that one comment about that whole Epstein email about who's going to be the winner. I posted it again. First of all, I posted it before the national. I think I got to look at my archives, but posted it before all the whole playoff things. And at that time I was just like, oh, let's just wait and see. And here we are. And now I'm like, okay. And so the comment underneath said something like, well, since this is true, then that means the 3 million plus pages of the Epstein files are also true, and them cuffs need to be rolling. And I'm like, fucking doy. I mean, they should have been rolling then, but see, when money's involved, it's tearing this earth apart. That's what's happening. We are not living. There's too many people there. We're not living harmoniously.
Capitalism.
There's no hojo anywhere. Everybody's just being bad.
There's no hojo in capitalism.
Nope.
Oh, speaking of capitalism, today is that UFC Freedom 250.
It's today.
It's today. It's going on probably right now. Yeah. But,
oh, we better hurry up so you can go watch it.
I've been big into UFC since like the early 90s. My dad would buy the fights and we'd watch them together. I knew all the fighters, and
it was cool back then. Well, I was
Yeah.
more into like MMA, and I actually went to a couple MMA cage fightings in Phoenix.
yeah, I've been to UFC there too.
Like Celebrity Theater. It was called Celebrity Theater at the time.
Yeah. Isn't it still
Is it?
Celebrity Theater in the Round? That one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it's still called Celebrity.
Okay. I don't know.
Theater.
I don't know. But I did in the early 2000s go to a lot of MMA fights, and that's actually what I was training to do. I wear lots of hats.
You could have been in the UFC,
Could have.
and you would have been fighting at Freedom 250.
I had this was 2004, I want to say, or 2005 when I was doing kickboxing.
Yeah. Didn't we
I did it for
watch-
7 months,
Oh, yeah.
and I was buff.
You mean like Billy Blanks? Billy?
Yes. Just kidding.
You're doing Taibo. That's different.
I think that's probably the best I've ever looked in my adult life.
Did you have the little 4-ounce gloves?
4 ounce?
Yeah.
No. I had the 16 ounce.
That's boxing gloves.
I know. They gave those to us.
Oh, okay. 4 ounces is what the...
I know. I was thinking, no, we had the big ones to beef up our shoulders and arms.
To beat up your boobies?
To beat up my boobies. Yeah. No. I could kick. I can do
Look.
shit now.
You could kick.
I cannot kick. I can't stretch anymore. It's really sad.
Well, you got some splaining to do. We need to bust out them Taibo tapes again.
Oh, no. I will die. That's what happens when you get older.
Oh, we went to the Aggie Fit here. Remember we did that one?
Oh, my fucking God. What class was it?
Is it strength and conditioning?
Yeah, that's the one you went to.
That's the one I went to. What'd you did what was the worst one?
Pilates.
Oh, your favorite? Oh,
The Pilates.
I think it's called plates.
It's called floor Pilates. Gianni and I, there you go. Shout out to my little cousin sister who's living with us. She, and I don't think she minds, but we went together. We went like twice to floor Pilates. Oh, I thought I literally started crying on the first one. I'm not kidding. And I think it was because I was way disappointed in myself because I couldn't do what I used to do like back in my 20s. And that's the harsh realization when you're in your 40s is that you still think you can do a lot of things that you've done in your 20s. And it's like even jumping down from like the first step is like you break your ankle.
You go to the ER from that. Yeah, I've seen some videos like people thinking they can still do cartwheels and then they try it and they land just on their face and
ouch. Yeah, so to me floor Pilates was crazy. I was like, I cannot fucking do this, and I started crying, and just because I was so disappointed in myself. It's really, really hard workout. And the instructor, she was, oh my god, she was on a roll. Like, what did this bitch take? No, I'm just kidding.
She's on that meth. We're in New Mexico.
She kept going. And I was like, what the heck?
She's on that Heisenberg.
She don't believe in brakes or anything.
Well, in plates, brakes.
But the one you and I did, the strength and conditioning, that was hard for you.
That same thing. I had realizations like, oh, shit. What am I doing? I need to
stop and go home and
this.
Eat some burgers.
Yeah, and I was hungry. But some people were throwing up. Remember they went to the restrooms and
did they?
Mm-hmm. But I was talking about UFC. We watched the Ronda Rousey and
get her ass kicked.
Holmes fight. Yeah, we watched that one, and then Anderson Silva. We watched that one when he snapped his shin. So
but we weren't together when we watched the Anderson Silva one.
But we watched it live, huh?
In spirit, we were together.
But we watched a lot of them.
Yeah.
And we still I'll still throw them on. There was even a cage thing here at the Pan Am, and we went to that. That was fun.
Yeah, that was nice.
Remember Salem saw the light? He's like,
oh yeah, that's right. He's playing in the
with the weird lighting there.
Seating, yeah.
But I think when I heard the UFC was setting up on the White House lawn, I'm like, this is so tacky. And
did you see the motorcycle, the dirt bikes? That was so circus. Fucking.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
It's so redneck. Oh my god.
It's weird. It's
idiocracy. It's coming into fruition. I've said this for many years. Like it's fucking idiocracy. It's coming sooner than later, or it came sooner than later.
Ew.
And it's just, if you haven't watched that movie, go watch it. It's the same shit that's happening in the world today. And I feel like that movie gave everyone the benefit of the doubt by making it 500 years into the future, but it's like, no, bro, we're doing this now.
Yeah, they meant 5 years in the future.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's also funny because at the time it came out, didn't like the director think like, oh, no one's gonna like these shoes, the Crocs.
Yeah, that was made for the
it
movie.
Blew up.
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
Everyone has Crocs.
Not me.
Well, not me either.
You do too.
I do not. I have Merrell Hydromox.
They're Crocs.
They are not Crocs.
They look like Crocs.
They kind of do, and I hardly wear them. Just when I go to the poo.
I can't wear those. My pinky toenail gets stuck in the holes.
Well, they sell those
rips it off.
They sell those clips that you can, those jig bits or whatever, that have look like toes. So I'll get you some of those, and then your real toe will stick out, and no one will know if it's a real toe. So yeah, I'm getting you some Crocs.
I will throw it in the trash.
My buddy, one of my buddies got me a pair of Crocs, and I just gave them away.
When?
Sean Harrison.
Oh.
Yeah. And they weren't like your regular, like with the holes in it, those kind of Crocs. They were like like those Hey Dude.
The cheap ones.
No, they said Crocs on it, but they were Hey Dude. Like it looked like those shoes. They were really ugly. So I just saw thanks, and then I never.
When
wore
was
them.
that?
A long time ago.
Before they got popular.
But yeah, before they were popular, but I was never a fan of them.
You know what I wear, right? I'm wearing them right now.
You're a Teva girl.
No, look what I'm wearing right now. My slides.
Nike slides.
My Nike slides.
Yeah. I had a pair of slides, but I don't think they were Nike. But
mine always has to be Nike.
Yeah, I always have to wear some house slippers. I got some Merrill ones right now.
You're going to say marijuana ones. I'm like, what?
Yeah, recreational. It's legal. But it's funny about that Freedom 250 UFC.
Oh, this is the worst.
It's funny because they're censoring everything. Like some of the fighters can't use their walkout songs because they're in Spanish. Or Sean Strickland, one of the UFC champs, was talking shit about Israel, and so they kicked him off the card. Yeah, it's the
not
freedom.
No, it's a dictatorship. The billionaires are ruling the world right now, and that's really sad because nobody should have that much money. And don't give me that. Oh, they worked hard. None of those assholes worked hard. They just swindled people and became billionaires. So yeah, it's crazy that people are being censored and kicked off of things when this whole country was founded so people can have the freedom
of religion.
I was going to get into that. So there's this satanic temple that is hosting a youth summer program.
Hail Satan.
And everybody is pissed off about that and scared and preaching about the end times and all this crap.
Where is
it's
this
so funny.
Where is this?
You're
in the U.S., right?
It's in the U.S.
Okay.
And it's so funny because people are like, well, isn't that like the whole point of the U.S. is to have freedom of religion? There wasn't. I can't find the place where it was.
Is it in Salem?
Specifically. That would be really cool if it was.
Yeah.
But I kind of looked up on Google like some of their I guess
seminars?
No,
courses?
It's like for instance what to expect from this youth programming. They're focusing on non-theistic approach where they emphasize critical thinking, science, empathy, and creative interests. They have equal access. But there was this thing on Facebook too of Christians going after them, and and they're the ones making the threats, and it's just funny because I don't know, they're so scared and they're just like, oh, the Lucifer thing. There is something about Lucifer, and they're like trying to say, oh, that's evil. And other people who know a little bit about the Bible too, who are atheists or other, are like, Lucifer is actually a good name. It's not even bad. But I don't know. It was just something that I thought about, like how I was like, man, I wish I would have went to that camp. That'd been cool.
Dang. Well, you were a Bible thumper back in the day.
I was the
huh?
opposite. I was part of the scary religious group, which is Baptist. But
Yoy.
I believe all religions can be scary, especially when you indoctrinate people.
Any organized religion, yeah, there's stuff going on in the background that's all hidden.
Yeah, and the thing that I can't stand is the stupid when they sing the national anthem for every sports event, because it has nothing to do with the fucking sport. Like, why do you have to? But
that's not religion.
It's still indoctrinating.
Yeah, for sure. And doing the pledge every morning.
Yeah, that. And how they just put under God in the pledge. Like, that's still new. It hasn't been 100 years yet.
And on monies.
Oh, yeah, that's changing too, isn't it?
And it says separation of church and state was from the get-go, but there's in God we trust on our money. And then they're trying to put Trump on our money, which is stupid.
And your passport. That's why you haven't gotten
Oh
one.
yeah, I'm never gonna get a passport now.
No.
Just kidding. No,
You gotta wait.
get out of the U.S.
Well, I got a passport. I got that before all this shit happened.
Yeah,
you
but
guys.
they only last a couple years.
10
years.
Yeah, so the whole White House is looking like a shit show right now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's all like all the lawns dug up. It looks like dirt.
And then he tore down the whole east wing or west wing, whatever, one of the wings to make a ballroom that he keeps talking about. But then one of the judges stopped that, and then they took his dumb name off the Kennedy Memorial.
Did that happen? Or
Yeah.
I thought they left that up there.
No, they ripped it down. There's people up there actually breaking off his stupid name like it's on a hotel or something.
Oh, so this actually happened yesterday.
Yeah. See, I'm
You're
on
so
the news.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Thanks, Instagram algorithm. No, I saw it elsewhere.
I've been having medical issues for the past 2 months, so I was pretty out of it yesterday.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Or was it the day before? Fuck. This whole weekend's a blur to me because of the anesthesia.
The good stuff.
The good stuff. Well, it wasn't really good stuff, remember? Because, it was just the right amount, I should say.
The perfect amount. Your anesthesiologist knew what he was doing.
It's like coming out of when you're getting sober.
Coming out of a blackout.
Yes, coming out of a blackout.
Out of your shark eyes.
Yes.
You got shark eyes, and then you goes to regular eyes, and then you're like, huh?
Guys, I was crying and I was yelling. When did you come in?
They came and got me and said, she's ready. And then when I went in, I saw your face, and you were like crying and mad. I was like,
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna? And then you're all like mad dogging me. I'm like,
I was not mad dogging you.
you're like looking at me all angry, and I'm like, hey, buddy.
Stupid. So this past weekend, Friday, I had a surgical procedure done. It was a day surgery. Just leave it at that. And I'm okay. But I was put under, and I've never had this happen to me before where I was really emotional. Holy shit. That's never happened to me before.
Yeah, you got in your feels. The other ones you came out and you're like, oh, like out of it.
Yeah, like tired as fuck.
Like still blacked out.
Yeah.
You still had shark eyes when you came out of it. But this one you were out, you were sharp, and you had the feels.
No, and then I almost got called out on for making a suicidal remark.
Oh yeah, you were saying like, oh, if that happened, I'm gonna kill myself. And then the nurse was listening out. So before she discharged you, they're like, I heard you make a couple of remarks that you're gonna take your life, and we just want to make sure that
I was a figure of speech. And our generation, Zennials, are so bad about, the figure of speech.
Yeah.
It's really hard. I mean, we try.
like saying bomb at the airport.
Kind of like that. But I blame the anesthesia, man. I was all I remember was feeling, well, first of all, my throat was scratchy because they pull that hose out.
Yeah,
and the breathing tube.
Yeah, like starting a chainsaw.
They must have ripped it the fuck out, because that's the sorest my throat's ever been. And I've been put under a couple times.
And you deep throated too.
Shut up. You stupid. Ew, he's sitting over there smiling. Shut up. No, and I've never been so emotional like that. I was mad and crying.
Mad and sad.
Mad and sad. That's
and
a sad
glad.
girl.
That's a mad sad girl.
That's a mad sad girl. No, because I had to piss. That's what it was. And they would not let me go pee. And I'm like, I'm fine. Just show me where the bathroom is. I will pee. And then they're like, no, we can't let you up. Because I get it. They're,
yeah, the
safety protocols.
Person before you probably said, I'm fine. And they got up and fell and hit their head. And they're like, okay, we're not doing that again. And then you're like, I'm fine. I can do it. And they're like, no.
And I was like, come on, why won't you let me go to the bathroom? This is so humiliating, because I was coughing, and every time I coughed, I would piss a little bit, and I could feel it running down my legs. It was making me mad. because I had
Yeah.
so much. My bladder was so full.
Yeah,
And-
that pissed me off too.
Yeah, and well, it's not strong down there after giving birth to 3 big-headed boys, but
Big old heads.
I was like really like I felt humiliated, and I think that's why I was like crying, because I was like, fuck this bullshit. And I was like, why would you just let me go to the bathroom? And I don't know when you came in. Did you come in?
I came in after that because you were already sitting in the bed. So you already went to the restroom. And then I came in, and then I got caught up.
Well, the lady held my, my, what is it called? The little gown I had in the back.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of shoved me in the restroom. She's like, oh, okay, here you go. And then I sat on the toilet,
And then
right?
you fell down.
No, I released myself and I was like, see, I told you.
See? And then you're sitting on the sink. And she's all like, that's not the toilet. You're like, I could figure some things out for yourself,
I know. I went to the restroom and then I came back. I walked perfectly fine. I could pass a sobriety test.
You're like, I naturally walk crooked. Yeah, and then that's when I came in. And then
then I was like, is it wet? Can I lay down? I remember saying that. And they're like, nope, you got a fresh sheet or something. And I was like feeling it to see if my piss was there. I know you had to wipe my legs down because I was just, ugh.
Yeah, and that's when we were getting ready to go. But
Yeah, and
yeah,
then
you made it though.
but then that's when I started talking to you and I was like, fuck this shit. If I start pissing myself, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I think that's what I said.
Like you meant like if you're old age
Yeah,
and peeing on yourself.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I understood that, but I was just like
Did you know I was gonna get caught?
no, I didn't think she heard you because she was out. She
Yeah,
wasn't
so
in the-
too, I'm not gonna really fucking do it. It's just like a figure of speech. And I was talking about me being old and doing that.
Yeah, I don't think she heard that part. She probably just her ears perked up. Her nurse instincts kicked in when you said, "I'm gonna kill myself."
I was like, I'll fucking do it. Like in
You don't
Hacks.
think I will? You dare me? I'm like, what? No.
And I said something about assisted suicide too, didn't I? Because I was like, I'll
Oh,
go over
yeah.
there and I'll do assisted suicide or something like that.
Yeah, you did. And then that reminds me of we finished watching a show.
Hacks. Yeah. It
Yeah.
has something like that in there.
Yeah, a little thing.
A little thing.
But
spoiler alert.
that was a good show.
I like that show. Yeah.
Hacks
But
on
I'm not,
HBO.
audience, I'm not going to do that. It was a
Well, you
figure of
will
speech.
if you're old and you start peeing on yourself, I guess. So
It was a figure of speech. And I even told her because she's like, she came in and she's all, I have to.
and
What
she
did
brought
say?
a witness.
Yeah, she
had
brought
that-
the doc.
the
Yeah.
guy standing next to her.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to hear this from my doctor like in a month when I go back for my post-op. It's not going to be good. She's going to be like, so I heard. I'm going to be
It
like,
says in your file
and
that
it's
you're
like,
suicidal.
hello, you literally just told me not to be signing any documents for the next 24 hours or making any decisions. So don't count that against me. Because I remember saying like, oh, my husband's here. He's not going to let me do it. He's
And I'm like, I'm going to pee on her.
what? But I was like, and I got kids at home. No, this not happening. Nobody's going to let me do that to myself. And I don't have those tendencies. So all's
And
good.
You're not going to fly to England.
No, because I don't have the money. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Anyways, that was a fun little story.
Adventurous.
I'm feeling so adventurous right now.
Yeah.
Oh my
still
God.
Coming down from that fentanyl too.
I probably am.
But you're saying that was the first time when you
First-
came out of it, you were in your feels.
I was. That's a weird.
And the last time I got put under,
When
I
the
don't-
colonoscopy.
yeah, I don't remember shit.
Good. Why would you want to remember someone fisting you? Because that's probably what happened.
what happened. Well, I remember that part, but I mean like after.
You're like, why is my butthole sore?
I know something happened.
I should. You know, when I got you from that, you were out of it. I think you slept like for 12 more hours.
I think I did. Yeah,
Probably one of the best
ate,
sleep.
and I don't even remember
I know.
eating.
And that was a mistake that I made, was going to Chick-fil-A, getting you a $15 pretzel chicken sandwich or whatever.
Yeah, did I ask for that, or why did we go there?
I don't know.
I don't usually want Chick-fil-A.
I know. I don't know. Maybe it was just because it's nearby. And
Yeah,
I didn't want to
probably.
make anything.
Here, eat this. I'm like,
And just to let you guys know, we're not about Chick-fil-A. We haven't eaten there in a long time, come to think of it.
that was the last time.
Probably. Probably right. And it's just so limited here of where we can go, what to eat. Las Cruces is not that big, but
we got some options.
we got some options.
Not very healthy, but we got some options.
No, I've gained so much weight being here. But yeah, like the whole anesthesia thing is a very real thing. And I think about when the boys were put under like Salem for his tonsils and then Milo for his appendix. When they came out of anesthesia, they were so angry. They were screaming. And I had good babies. Like, they hardly did that, but they were screaming and crying, and you could tell they were pissed off. And I was like, what is wrong with them?
Did you spank them?
Ew, no.
You're all, stop it.
No, I was like really concerned for their well-being, and I was just like, what's happening?
Yeah, and they probably never felt that before, too. It's just that ugly feeling, and it's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, the anesthesia part. So I was like, dang, they're so angry. Why are they mad?
But those anesthesiologists...
Well, the one I had apparently knew the exact amount to give me.
They make a lot of money.
And they do. And because when I got my colonoscopy, I was out too for like 24 hours.
Well, you were saying like, I don't need meds and don't give me anything. But I think they did, right?
Because I wanted to feel the fisting. Ew. Oh my God. No, I was out I slept all night. I remember crawling in the bed, and then I don't know what time I woke up.
I had to like kind of help you walk.
Yeah. I don't remember anything after that.
Yeah. You were scatting. You remember that song you were doing?
No. But see, that's the kind of sleep that I was hoping for that day.
Some good old shark eye sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Why couldn't he have given me a little bit more?
I don't know. He
wanted Michael Jackson me.
Yeah, he didn't want to MJ you with some, what is it called?
Propofol. Something like that. But that's what I was looking forward to, and I didn't get it. But
that's
I still
why you're
kind
a mod.
feel like hazy from it. But all is well. We're good.
All good.
All good. Wait, that was another thing we watched. The Michael Jackson. That has reached, I think that's like the top.
Yeah, I read something like the highest biopic.
Yeah, I've watched it 3 times.
And then these companies are coming out with other things trying to capitalize on the popularity of the movie. And it's all these documentaries about MJ being a pedophile.
Oh, yeah. You'll never not make me like Michael Jackson. I'll always love him. And I don't believe those stories. Just because, like, I've been molested. It takes one to know one.
So when you saw that documentary, you're like, no.
Oh, exactly. Well, and if you even look up the facts behind, like, the people making those accusations, they have a whole history of exploiting not just Michael Jackson, but other people too.
Remember the FBI went to Aaron Carter and they were trying to like coerce him into saying stuff. Mm-hmm. And his mom was too. Mm-hmm. And then he died. Mm-hmm. And then Macaulay Culkin always said nothing ever happened. Corey Feldman, who's been molested by other Hollywood elite, he's said nothing ever happened.
And it's not like we're not believing people. It's just understanding the facts. Like, people generally don't lie about these things, especially kids. I mean, so it's always that small percentage, like these people who are going out accusing, somebody of doing something like that. And FBI cleared MJ, And it was thrown out. I think the one thing he did regret was settling.
Yeah, he settled because it was cheaper to settle than to keep fighting it in court.
And he has expressed how he shouldn't have done that or followed that advice, because he's always said, well, it made him look guilty.
Yeah, people think of settlement as guilt.
Right. It's like taking the plea deal,
Yeah. And then didn't he, when he got burned, he got paid out from Pepsi, like a bunch of money, and he donated all that to like a burn hospital.
That's just one of the many good things about him. I think he's done that a lot, but that was pretty significant. I think that was in the movie. But yeah, that movie made me cry.
Made you dance.
It made me dance. Made me squirm and wiggle in my chair.
Made you make noises.
What noises?
Hee hee.
Oh, yeah, probably. Jamon. But it was a good movie. I watched it 3 times.
They're going to make a sequel. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think they're going to continue it.
Continue the story.
But man, like, I've always been a fan, and I'm just forever a fan. Fan? Why do I say fan? I don't know. And I think that movie is reaching the 1 billion mark. Was it?
Dang, I saw 900 million. But it's probably higher now.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of lots of money, Elon Musk just hit the first he's the first person to hit the trillion mark as of the 12th.
Yeah,
I read
the trillionaire. In my business classes as an undergrad, they were projecting Elon Musk was going to become a trillionaire in 2027.
Next year?
But he already hit it. He hit it early.
I need to do more research into like how that happened.
How many zeros there is?
No, just like how.
Because he's stacking money on money on money.
Oh, no one needs that much money. Like, you can cure the world's problems with that money.
Aren't they saying he's taking over like 401k? And
that's what I read today.
SpaceX is like losing billions of dollars every year, but that's, I don't know.
He's has the power. This is why this is so wrong, is that he has the power to take away retirement funds or stocks within retirements.
That's crazy.
To apply it towards it's like a really bad business advice that he's doing right now.
Risky venture.
Yeah. And I saw a comment that was hilarious about how, like, this is like that one time U2, was it the U2 song was on everybody's playlist?
Oh, yeah. Apple just put U2 album.
Like, nobody asked for it.
Yeah, I deleted that like 3 times. It kept popping up like, get out of here, U2. Bono.
Right?
Yeah.
No one wants this. But it's wild. I mean, it's still in its beginnings. Oh my God, our kids, their future. I don't know what that's going to look like for them.
They're going to be driving Teslas.
And then, like, for us, like, is there some sort of medicine that's going to make us stick around longer to watch all this shit happen?
No, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. There's so much shit going on in the world. It's ugly. I don't know. I mean, we're indigenous here trying to fight our own battles as well. But we're going to leave data centers for another episode.
Coming up.
Because I want to do more research on that. And I mean, for the most part, obviously it's not good for the environment. And the other solutions or other alternatives for putting data centers out there, it's just, I don't know. You don't know.
But we are going to get into some book reviews right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We are going to do that.
Yeah, we reached out to our good buddy, good friend, John Argentsinger, and he is a writer. He's a musician. He's just a cool dude. And
he's your opposite. He's a Gemini.
A Gemini.
You guys are crazy.
Are we?
No, I love John. Like just hearing his he does these little stories, and I mean, I just like I don't know, what do you call it? It's like, what grinds John's gears?
Like
if he
here,
had his
John,
own segment.
like a Bill Burr kind of.
Yeah, like a Bill Burr. Exactly. Isn't Bill Burr a Gemini too? I don't know,
He's
but
a ginger.
But yeah, I'm not offended or anything by anything he says. I'm always like fascinated, and honestly, like I find humor in those kinds of things or those kinds of personalities. But yeah, he's great. So he reviewed a book for us, which I really appreciate because there's so many things to read. And then we had our boys read some of his work.
Yeah.
So you're gonna, hopefully this is a good treat for John too, if he's out there listening to the reviews of his work from our boys, which they really enjoyed reading. They read it fast.
Yeah. And they actually read it because I thought I was gonna have to keep telling them like read, but they just did it.
No, you were like, if you don't fucking read this, I'm gonna fucking beat your ass. Ew.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell your mother.
I'm the bad one.
And then you're all in the background like shaking your head and going like moving your finger across your throat.
Oh no.
No, I just asked. I gave them the books and they were excited to read them, and they read them, and then they talked about them, and then we're gonna play it, and it's cool.
Yeah, that was really cool that they actually read through it, because most of the time we have to be like, aren't you reading this book? What happened? We took a little vacay on a whim to Colorado before my surgery, and because I don't know when else we're going to do it during the summer, but we were listening to Clan of the Cave Bear, which you guys have not
Unga bunga.
heard. It's about early humans.
Neanderthals.
Yes, it's about Neanderthals.
But we were saying like these ones are Navajo, these
Yeah.
ones are Zuni,
I know,
these
there's
ones
a
are
patch.
Hopi.
Because when I was a kid, there's this Daryl Hannah did the movie, and my mom loved the movie, maybe because it was like so close to.
She's like, my clan is Cave Bear too.
That's probably why she liked it. But I remember it's just one of those good memories, those 80s memories that you have, like watching something like that with your parents. And that was mine of my mom. And in my teenage years, that was like, I read that book. It was so thick. It's very descriptive.
Like a Bible.
Well, you listen to it. We're listening to the audiobook. It's super descriptive. And people don't do that anymore. And it's a lot of adjectives, vivid. You can like paint each.
You can close your eyes and picture it.
Yeah, you can paint each scene. And that's what I appreciate. Maybe, some people don't, because we're in that doom scrolling era. Even I can't, my attention span cannot stay focused on a long video anymore. It's really sad. But I can pay attention. I can be hyper focused on a book. Maybe that's the discipline though. Mm-hmm. It allows my brain to like slow down. And anyway, so I read that book in high school. It's a pretty thick book. And that was in my teenage years. That was like one of the first books that made me cry. And yeah, I still love it. I don't like listening to it now or on the way to Colorado and then back. It was still, I still like it. There's nothing like I was really objecting to. How about you?
Well, I never read the book before. I have not seen the movie either, but I know Daryl Hannah was in it, and I've seen the cover. But yeah, it was good so far.
I think we were halfway through it as we fucking broke down.
Colorado Springs.
It wouldn't be a family vacation
without a breakdown and a hotel stay and a
getting back on the road.
Auto shop, yeah.
Yeah. So we're poor. No, I'm just kidding.
More so now.
So now, exactly.
But Odyssey too. We're gonna read Odyssey.
Oh, that was kind of
boring.
It was It's too much. I think it's too much of the old English. We need more time.
That's
There's
what
not
it comes
enough
down
time.
to. Time.
Exactly. So, babe, how do you know John?
I know John from San Antonio when I lived out there. He was the biggest Spurs fan.
Was he?
No, I don't know.
Was he?
No, we went to, I see him at a lot of the music venues down St. Mary's Strip. Yo.
And did you know he was indigenous?
No, I did not until I heard when he moved, he went to Seattle. And then I'm like, what's he doing up there? And then after that, I figured out, like, oh, he's from Alaska. He lives in Alaska right now. So that's cool.
That's neat. Like finding other people like us, or So
But he's been into music like for a long time, and I have some of his albums, like his music, his band was called Scarecrow Frequency, and I have some of those albums, and they were in like a bunch of my friends in San Antonio, like John Eads from Big Soy, and a lot of those bands that I followed out there. John was always in those circles too.
Cool. Now, when you went to go visit in Seattle, was he there?
I think so, but I didn't see him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I flew to Seattle and just watched the Seahawks game, and then flew to San Antonio and watched the Spurs game.
Okay. But we're going to hope you like the reviews, the book reviews, and until next time, hako on it.
Bye-bye.
How does an Inuk wrap their mind around the Lone Ranger and Tonto fistfight in heaven? Stick around a while and I hope to unravel it. And the seething decay of a nation going overboard. I thought I might open with the fact that this is a guy who once wrote, just because Latinos and natives have brown skin doesn't make them brothers. Has the man, or most people in this country for that matter, ever seen an original map of Mexico? The ignorance is dumbfounding. But let's not get carried away, as I would like to point out a fact about Alexie's writing, which I happen to relate to. Before being canceled, he had been criticized for the glorification of alcohol in his work. I am deeply guilty of this in my old characters and plot development. Written as an alcoholic, those tendencies in my old characters and novels only made sense. I must mention I have been on the wagon, no pun intended, for nearly 6 years. I once lived with the ideology that I would drink myself to death while working a job serving the poor. I have grappled with thoughts of suicide since a young age. I have made one attempt on my life, and the fact that I'm not a statistic by now is a miracle. It is primarily within this vein that I related to the work as a whole. One of my biggest issues with this book is its lack of depth. At times it reads juvenile and childlike, lacking both spirit and rhythm. He does, however, have some very fiery metaphors that are tied into his sometimes blatantly funny native humor. That being said, we cannot ignore truths behind the reality that he did little to nothing for other native artists. Case in point, I lived in Seattle when he was writing for the local rag. I mailed him an album of mine which predicted the reality we are now living in, with a lengthy letter, hoping he would be happy to hear of a young native kid recording records on cassettes in the middle of Capitol Hill. I never heard a peep. Even Russell Means wrote me back. I am by no means bitter about this. It was just interesting to learn I was not the only eager young native artist he ignored. Then you get into the deep, dark cavern of strange and the reality of just how much sexual content this book contains. Reading it all, after being aware of his disgusting treatment of women, really hit it all home for me. He was a twisted creep all along. Case in point, he revisits memories of juvenile sex, the sex life of his parents, and refers to his aunt as a beautiful topless dancer, and goes on to describe her floating topless in the river. He writes his sister can smell a brother in a crowd. And for the love of God, not all natives live in HUD homes, and not all are poor. Alexie just likes to pawn off the ideology on his eager and clueless white audience. He spends a great deal talking about basketball and drinking beer, yet in all of his book's ramblings you will find zero mention of subsistence practices, which for me really is a tell-all of the world I come from and the world in which Alexie comes from. Polar opposite realities. Alcohol in my region is largely accessible through bootleggers or those brewing bathtub gin. I've seen people desperate enough to drink perfume and grew up around 7-year-olds who huff gas and smoke cigarettes. A fifth of R&R used to cost you $120 from the local bootlegger. Pinners of cheese cost you $10 and were mostly paper. Natives in my region largely still depend heavily on subsistence practices, and many even dependent on their own wood supply. Oil, however, is more common these days. He writes of his father being the only Indian at Woodstock, yet makes a total mistake of saying Jimmy died at 28. To nurture his readers' longing for native wisdom, he instead just serves up truck stop cliches that come off socially engineered and flat to me. There are passages in this book which feel like pure gibberish, and trust me, I know my gibberish. William S. Burroughs was a good read as a 16-year-old freak in the freak kingdom. I feel this book lacks direction, and that much of it is filled with stripes of the author's imagination of nativeness versus the reality of many indigenous peoples. It's no secret our communities have largely been westernized, yet have learned to grab from both worlds and coexist in a country that wants to keep our genocide under a smelly, piss-stained smallpox blanket. The fact is, this book doesn't even have a passage about eating fish or elk, and it's wild to me. Furthermore, there lacks fragments of native life, which, for particularly the American Indian, have great meaning, such as sweat lodges and ceremonies such as a vision quest. Sherman Alexie has never fished crab, hunted caribou, or participated in a vision quest in his entire life, and it shows. I once spent 4 days on a bluff with no food overlooking Capitol Reef National Park. I have participated in many sweats. You would think there would be a mention of these things in his work, yet it always seems as if the guy wants to pawn off the stereotype that natives are all Coca-Cola swilling gas station creatures. The younger generation have the privilege of land-back beanies being normalized, whereas I spent my youth being ejected from U.S. history class for challenging the teacher's rhetoric and take on true history of the U.S. government and its continued oppression of indigenous peoples. We have the highest suicide rate in the nation and the highest rate of military service. Native peoples exist in a society where tiki torch-bearing masked swine have the audacity to claim we as First Nations peoples simply migrated here no differently than their cracker-ass ancestors taking a voyage on the Mayflower or sliming their way through Ellis Island. Manifest destiny, Western expansion, smallpox blankets, i.e. one of the first biological weapons ever created. It's right up there with the Danes sterilizing Greenlandic women without their knowledge. Sherman Alexie is certainly a storyteller, yet a good one I fear not. This is in no way a true reflection of indigenous ideologies or spiritualism, nor even clans, tribes, particularly the absence of elders. I was mostly raised as a boy by an Inupiaq Ana, a grandmother who was 100% Inuk with a 4th grade education. She cleaned surgical equipment for nearly 20 years. The point is, in my world, elders are living relics. The absence of true native wisdom in this book is quite astonishing. There's something to his cadence which fills me with a deep disdain and genuine rage. In all reality, I feel like he's faking it, yet I'm armed with the knowledge he's now a canceled apple. Believe me, I have tried to give Alexie a chance, yet in my venture I was never drawn in enough to finish any of his work. For instance, in one of his novels, a native construction worker goes around Seattle cutting off white men's ponytails. Albeit utterly hilarious, I never bothered to crawl further into his books. In another novel, 2 men sharing a hotel room out of nowhere start having sex, and he describes the scene as smelling like salmon. I was honestly very grossed out, not because it was 2 men having sex, but because any kind of sex that smells like salmon is not any kind of fucking sex I would want to be having. That scene has grossed me out for years now. I remember it when my aunt gives me a jar of her home-smoked red salmon. She smokes it on the stove using the fume hood. You can take a native out of the village, but you can't take the village out of the native. Remember that. In closing, Alexie is a far cry from a window into indigenous people and their long-standing connection to the Creator and Mother Earth. What has been solidified for me, however, is that Alexie is truly a top-tier creep and a half-handed woo-woo messenger of worn-out stereotypes. It's not the type of work people will look back on in 100 years and find a vein of truth in what it means to be indigenous. He comes off as a tourist of his own people in the most ironic and stale ways. It is not reading about native life I would recommend to anyone. If that's what you're looking for, I would stick to N. Scott Momaday or Leslie Marmon Silko. Vine Deloria Jr. is another native author I would recommend to anyone. It is quite sad that in America, native authors have no real voice, whereas just north of the border in Canada, they are hailed, and there is a plethora of native authors whose work reaches the mainstream. Furthermore, I find it side-splittingly hilarious that Ward Churchill has done more for native peoples as a pretendian than Alexie ever has in his entire life. Let that sink in. And as I wind this down, remember, I believe in an Inuk way of forgiving, that he at least helped put contemporary native life on the big screen. We can remember him as the man who gave us smoke signals and simply sign off from there. The problem was he got cocky and thought he could do it all on his own. His second attempt at film had his bloated potato ass at the wheel, and it was a total cringeworthy bomb, so awful it wasn't even watchable. For me, that's rare. I seek out terrible films, but this was simply all too much. And remember this, never trust a man who drinks twisted iced tea. And secondly, if you once believed in Alexie, please understand that karma is a bitch and things always come full circle. Universally, men abusing their power are rotten. If only grandmothers ruled the world. Good night, folks. I'm out of here.
My name is Salem, and I read Cyanide Haiku by John Argentsinger. My first impression of this book, I started to read and I was kind of confused by the experiments, but as I got further into the book, I got more into it. I like Tsubasa as a character. He's a cool dude. I was kind of wondering, he used substances as an escapism thing, and then he used other substances for his dream experiments to expand his mind. So, like, it's kind of contradicting how he uses his substances. He's always popping bennies and drinking every night, getting, like, wasted. But then he's also doing his psychedelics to expand his dreams, travel through dimensions. He is a Japanese man, and the American government and, you know, all those people just don't really like him, and he doesn't like where he is right now. Everyone's like racist, like stupid Jap and stuff like that, calling him that. He just wants to escape, go to a new world. His acquaintances, his stay-in butler, Gustavo, and his cohort, Yvette, they were good companions to him in this book. And he goes to his new world in the end. I think they kind of, it's like a loss almost, like he dies-ish. But he doesn't really die. He goes to a new world, I guess. This book is very descriptive with his routines and habits. That doesn't really translate into film well. But the story itself could make a great short film. I like this story a lot. I think his other stories would have this cool psychedelic vibe, I guess. A part that really intrigued me was this quote he put in, "There's something wrong with that boy. He frowns for no good reason," by William S. Burroughs on Kurt Cobain. So I did some research on that, and he's an author that Kurt Cobain was a big fan of. And then they met just before Kurt Cobain died. And William S. Burroughs said that he already looked dead, basically. William S. Burroughs was also a dude who experimented with drugs and psychedelics. So I feel like he inspired this book in a way. I haven't read any of his books at all, but yeah, that was interesting to me. This book made me feel really calm in a way. Like, most of it was his experiments. He wakes up early, has a cup of juice, and just, he works with his 2 close acquaintances. And it makes me just feel really warm inside, I guess. Towards the end, he got like a happy-ish ending. The government didn't really get a hold of what he had. And those stones were tucked away, so... the government didn't really get to exploit what he was doing, and he got what he wanted out of it. So I think that was a nice happy ending. So a question I would ask to the author is, in the end, he goes to his own new world, and Yvette has a dream and sees him in the new world and his new dimension. I was wondering what his life was like, or if we're supposed to know, if that's supposed to be mysterious just for the readers. It's a pretty good short story. I like it very much. I would recommend this book to people.
I'm Milo, and I'm reviewing Rejection Slips by John Argentsinger. My first impression of the book is it was very random because they're just like random stories and poems. But you could tell it was like one person experiencing these stories. So I find that kind of cohesive. My favorite part of this book was the poems. The stories were kind of dragging on. The poems had a lot more personality, I'd say. The book made me feel kind of, I guess, happy in a sense, because most of them were funny stories, well-written poems, so I really enjoyed it. My favorite poem was Forest Spirits, because I liked the imagery in that poem. I really felt the forest that he kind of created in a sense. My favorite line in the book was in Green Tea. It was, "The golden rule is this, folks, never trust a man with no ass," because it was really just out there and random, and I thought it was funny because this whole poem was kind of weird and random because it's called Green Tea, and then it opens to something really majestic, like describing like cloudy swirls, and then it just ends with that, so I thought it was really funny. I would ask John, really, how do you make these poems? How do you make them cohesive? And how do you make them fun? Like, when I write a poem, they're really choresy and, like, I can't get any ideas from them, so I want to know how you get your inspiration. Just sit down and write these stories or write these poems, because it's really hard for a lot of people to do, and you filled a whole book with it, so I'm really curious about that. I would recommend this book because if you're looking for something simple, not really tied down to anything, like if you just want one-off things like, oh, I'll read this story one day, or I'll come back to it tomorrow. You don't really need to, like, progressively keep going with the story, because there isn't really one. There's individual stories that make a unique experience for people to read it. So yes, I would recommend it.